Yeah. You tuned in to Street Intellect Radio Extreme Hotep, and I'm your host, Brother Hamza Farouk, bringing you another echo of hidden truth to enlighten you of the sources of your ancient power of your ancestors. Let's rise out of the sleepy state many of you are in and afraid to wake up out of due to the lack of knowledge of self. Rise, black woman and man, rise. We have been denied justice too long. Let's resurrect the truth of Marcus Garvey. Let's respond to the truths of Malcolm X. Let's take heed to the lessons told to us of our ancestors of old. Rise, black man and woman, rise. It's time to wake up. 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 It's time. You tuned in to Street Intellect Magazine and Radio, and I'm your host, Brother Hamza Farouk, aka DJ Brother Keep It Real to some of you. Today's topic I'm going to talk about today is a fear of black folks standing up for the cause for our unity and our benefit as a whole. I keep getting these same little interlude or whatever concepts from different black people, finding every excuse known to man to not fight against this evil disease called racism. I say racism because racism is the key element to all the problems and the pain that black folks is experiencing here in America, not even just only in America, but in the world broad, everywhere black folks is laying. Not only just black folks, other ethnic groups, but the white folks are putting us in position for their mere survival, and we think being peaceful with them is a solution to our pollution, but it's not. I'm not saying not be peaceful with them. I mean saying let's separate from them, do our own thing like Mexicans and Chinese, and don't deal with them. Let them know we don't want nothing from them. But one thing about white folks that some of you silly lovers of white folks don't understand is that white folks understand the fact that they capitalize off our ideas and our talents and stuff like that, because they don't really have those abilities. They may not even be thinking in those realms of things until they get one of our Kool-Aid Negroes or Negro Peens, some of the brothers say, in their position and let them tell them what they're trying to do. And then the brothers are digging their God-conscious mind and give it to the devil willingly for mere crumbs. But yet he not knowing that everything that he giving a European, bringing them to your meetings and all this type of stuff, you ain't doing nothing but setting yourself up for a future failure. Because the Europeans, any European man, I mean, even if I was in a European position, white man position, and I'm seeing that black men can genetically annihilate me just with their penis. He don't really have to physically fight me. So only thing I have to do is get them to fight me so I can kill many of them I can off, or put many as I can in jail, turn many as like women into homosexuals, and then we can slow down the process of rebirth, slow down the process of bringing in new nations. And they have done that. They have done that through the Planned Parenthood and all these other abortion clinics and stuff that blacks be going to, thinking it's a benefit to ourselves. But do you see them Mexicans going in them abortion clinics, going there? The Mexicans and caught up with the number of our races because they don't believe in that stuff. But that's another story. But the fact is, I know a lot of us are tired of these silly lovers of white folks stupidity to comfortably take our enslavement in this modern day and time peacefully. Don't worry about your history. That don't mean nothing. Don't mean nothing. That's back in the days. That's old. But why you tell us don't worry about our history? But you fools still look at how these fools making all these old fake movies about Hercules and Long Rangers, all this stuff they trying to put in there, but the Long Ranger wasn't even a white dude. You know what I'm saying? But that's another story. Bass Reeves, a lot of stuff that our children need to know, how Europeans took a lot of our stuff and put their faces on it and their names on it, and then put us in a position to say that, hey, you don't got nothing. But how the hell is that? A lot of you fools believing that everything that they gave us is a benefit. Everything they gave us is for a hindrance, for we would never ever be able to achieve independency, rather independent thinking, rather be independent economics, rather independence of education. They don't want that. They need us in a lot of ways than one. They don't want us, but they need some of us still. They want to get rid of the ones such as myself and many of our brothers is out there pushing the line on it. They want to get rid of us so we cannot wake up the people that sleep, because they want to get the same way how they did in slavery. Get rid of the warrior class and leave them with old folks and the women and children, and they can keep teaching our people the same trash that they got. But the problem is that black man, you got a problem. Black woman, you got a problem. We all have a problem that we don't want to face or admit because we too less of a man and a woman to do it. I don't care you go to church. I don't care you're a Muslim. I don't care you hide behind all those religions or in all these ideologies to justify the fact that, oh man, you can't do, everybody's equal. I'm not racial and I'm all this, but this person is just slandering you. He's killing you. He's taking your children away from you, putting you in all these motherfucking positions that will leave black people hopeless. And that's what position we are in now. You can go on TV, look at that love and hip hop, all that trash and stuff like that. That's all an illusion of success. We ain't achieved nothing until we start independently thinking for ourselves and throw away the white man's God and his white man trash. Call it what you want to, you cowards, because you always find a way to try to make brothers like us seem bad. But yet we still going through the same system that you fools still holding on for the past 50 years, if not more, talking about we made progress. It's like Malcolm said, you don't stick a knife 9 inches in a man's back, pull it out 6 inches and call it progress. You know, I mean, some of you probably too naive to understand that concept or that approach, but what he's basically saying is that all this stabbing and killing you done to me, you can't just tell me I'm sorry, it's cool now, and such and such, but yet we still suffering from the same conditions. You saying sorry, let's be unified, and you got these white folks running around with you telling you to do this shit. And when they telling you to do this shit, they just pushing you to be peaceful because they know if you rise up and you start focusing on your people and skip them, don't want nothing to do with them, they know that they want to lose their white privilege. See, despite how well-mannered these motherfuckers be, you fools believe that, hey, how you doing, brother? Hey, how you doing? You really think it's like that? What them intellectual motherfuckers know, look, we have to incorporate, bring these fools in. We don't want these fools to think independent. We need to know what they're thinking at all times. That's why they tapping and violating people's privacy and doing this stuff. They infiltrated all these different things. This is a country well-versed in ignorance and wickedness. You can't even go nowhere. They probably videotaping and monitoring everything that I do. And a lot of other brothers is doing it right now. I done seen paperwork of how they do this stuff. This ain't got nothing to do with your Jesus. This ain't got nothing to do with your Muhammad, your Buddha. This ain't got nothing to do with nothing. This something got to do with strictly black folks. People keep talking, well, you keep just making it a black-white thing. I don't care about other motherfucking races. We shouldn't give a fucking damn. Because they don't give a damn about us. Why in the hell we got to keep incorporating these fools in our business? If we incorporate the Mexicans, nothing against them. My Mexican mom is God. But I look at the situation and the mentality of these cats. These cats going to think the same thing that the Europeans made. Because a black man can destroy their race just with his penis too. Then it won't be no more Hispanics or Mexicans, because we'll be running through them and turning them back into what they originally were. So none of them don't want to deal with that. So their whole thing is to team up with the white man that want to get rid of the God gene on the planet to get rid of us or make us so few that we can be secluded in an area where they won't even have to see us or deal with us, and they can just keep populating more and more and more of that negative gene recessive type phenotype body, white and all that old mixed up shit that's far from the universe's elements of connection. We are a royal people that's humbly blinded and put to sleep by the same beasts that we try to pay homage and accolades to. These Europeans don't give a damn about your well-being. I ain't talking about that old fucking European that you run around with that come from the community with you. I ain't talking about him. He just as useless as you when it comes to the Europeans that want that type of colonialism to continue, or neo-Nazism and ignorance and wickedness to continue. He only down there because he ain't got his grip and lost his footage and his privilege. He didn't take advantage of his privilege. That's why he's there. But every time the situation comes when you want to walk and try to do some shit with white folks, they're going to pull him to the side. Look, bro, do you know that these fools can destroy us? Do you know this is this and that and that and that and that? We'll offer you a prop not position such and such and such. Be part of them and infiltrate them and let us know what's going on. Every one of these white folks is poor white trash, all of them looking for that opportunity that they whites is considered more successful and financially blessed to their standards. They all want that same shit and they will cross your ass just as fast. I done seen it, experienced it, and everything. So white folks have to stay the hell out of our business. You got to keep them out your business. Stop using white folks' motherfucking say so to think that something is real because they said it or they showed it. Yeah, they'll show you. The devil always show you a little truth just to manipulate you into a new lie. Yeah, it's true. But did you know this? Take the same truth you just got and throw it back on the table with another mixed lie, and that'll put you in a gang of more years to try to understand what's being said now. I ain't into all that scholaristic talk. I'm tired of talking about our history. I'm tired of talking about where we did and what we done. Okay, all that is beautiful and that needs to be taught to our kids. I have nothing against that. We shouldn't. But the fact is, it's time for moving solutions, physical solutions. We got all this stuff, all these things, but we got all these brothers that's trying to find a new way to deal with this beast in a more conservative, humble fashion, pessimistic fashion. And this is why white folks hate us. They hate the fact that we can deal with their trauma and not really break right now. They hate the fact that they don't know what we're gonna do. They trying to force us to go crazy for killing our kids. And I tell our brothers and sisters, let's not jump to that. Y'all keep jumping to Ferguson and all this stuff. They're going to keep doing that to keep us not worrying about ourselves. Not saying that what they are doing to our children, the police and the system doing the system, it's not wrong because it's hideous. But long if we focus on that and they keep us on that level, we're going to keep focusing on that and never come together for the solutions for ourselves. What I mean by those solutions for ourselves is that we have to come together with ways of how to keep them brothers from them areas where the police can be called on. We got to give brothers something to do. Activities where brothers say, hey, we going around here, we cleaning up the community. Or we going around here, we painting this and we doing this. We got a construction company, we doing this. And brothers hanging around the stores, trying to grind on the streets and all that little type of stuff. These are the things that come with the territory, bro. Let's just keep it real. Despite the police killing us out of their wickedness and their evil and their fearfulness, their cowardness. I understand that. But we have to be smarter, just like chess. Okay, how you eliminate the police for doing these type of things? You get your own stuff and stop dealing with the police. Protect our community, just like brothers. I see brothers doing. The movement is waking up. The movement is waking up. So while you sleep, evil, weird motherfuckers that want to keep following Jesus and thinking Muhammad and Jesus coming back, keep following them. Because once we don't understand that, once we get our stuff together and a lot of brothers start unifying like we doing now, we ain't gonna want none of you silly lovers of Europeans in our circle. I'm sorry. Because a lot of our black folks done love these white folks so much they went and told on our own and they done assassinated the whole crew and buried us in mass graves because our own scary ass people we keep bringing into the fold. We have to have a system that they have to go through. They have to learn these things, have to do background checks and everything, and everybody get monitored to the point where if a motherfucker think he gonna go somewhere outside his time, outside of his plan without nobody knowing where to go meet up with the CIA or FBI or whoever trying to pay his little ignorant, sorry, greedy ass something, we have to make sure that everybody is getting evaluated in the process of that. I mean, everybody can't, but it's always gonna be some infiltration, but we need to keep white folks out our business. And we need to stop bowing down and being scared to confront the proper issues, the real issues that we dealing with. We need to go to war on everything in our community, everything in our entertainment, everything in our education. We need to go to war to all that stuff to the point to where it's a beneficial factor for our people, a righteous one. We need to hold all these ignorant ass singers and all these rappers and all these entertainers accountable for their ignorance and they yes a master slave master mentality trying to teach us to be the same way because you got money. He paying your check, he's cutting your check, so it's only normal and it's only mandatory that your ass is going to have to do what they tell you to do anyway, because if they didn't, And if they wasn't, they would have been done made. It would have been done been some movies about Black Jesus, or even though he didn't exist, but reversing that, it'd be a role of Marcus Garvey, the real movements in movie. We getting tired of seeing this same Martin Luther King thing and the same little thing that keep bringing up the little slavery type stuff like that, like we all was slaves here in America. It's two forms, two histories dealing with us when it comes to America. We have the niggas that was here before, and we had the niggas that came here on the ship. And yeah, I'm using nigga because y'all niggas is ignorant than a motherfucker. So I'm coming raw and uncut and direct to you. Hate me all you want, hate the truth all you want, because the creator ain't playing with you fools. He tired of you ignorant ass, scary ass, coward ass fools, black fools destroying our people and selling our kids out to systems that don't do nothing but kill them and manipulate them and full them all type of drugs and program them on type of bullshit that doesn't even benefit us and turn them worse than what it is. Now you got kids talking shit to their parents and talking stuff back to their dads, and when you put your hand on them, you go to jail. Where they get took off to another camp they damn self. Something like a CPS and all this old weird other things that doesn't benefit us. This is just your brother Hamza Farouk coming raw. I'm looking at stuff, I'm seeing mails. I mean, it's so tiring and exhausting to talk to a fucking wall. It's like talking to a brick wall sometimes. You get talked to 1,000 people, only 2 of them out of 1,000 get it. And we keep talking about how intelligent we are, how smart we are, how advanced we are, but we can't understand the simple logic of racism that's destroying us all levels. And I ain't talking about the few percent that rich in America, because them motherfuckers are useless to it for us too. The only way we gonna do it is do it from straight from the street intellect perspective, along with the respective documents and history necessary to justify our effect and our approach. But no, everybody keep talking about, I don't care. I don't give a damn about your scholaristic knowledge. I don't give a damn about your PhD, your master's degree, because if that shit was beneficial, the world would be a much better place if you was using it the right way. But you're not able to use it the right way because you're going to learn that stuff to help the white supremacy order, unconsciously knowing it. When you go to that lawyer, attorney school, lawyers and everything, and you get your lawyer's degree and everything, and now you finna go out in the world, you go right to the white corporation expecting them to pay you the same much they pay the white folks. You think white folks want a black person defending them, putting their life on the line? No, they rather do it with their own. Just like when we be going in there, we got a white public defender or a white attorney going in there, we up here depending on our life for it, but he already got a little thing. He don't tell you that, hey, even though I'm cool with him, I'm hooked up with them, so I got to make sure he take a deal. I done took a lot of deals and dealt with a lot of that shit. It doesn't matter. You have to be whipped. You have to suffer to really understand how these Europeans is. And the thing about it, you have to have heart. You can't be no coward. If you a coward, then you just going to be a part of the system. Marrying white girls and marrying white men, thinking that you're getting accepted by Europeans. You don't want to fix your situation. You only focusing on being accepted, black people. That's all you're focusing on, of being accepted by them. I gotta be seen as I'm civilized. No, they're uncivilized. They civilized with the information they stole from us and then put us in an uncivilized position so we can be nothing but subservience to them. Whether we got a job helping them build their organization, using all of our life there for some pension, and die and their children get that same factory, and they gonna keep supplying and supporting their family from our blood, sweat, and tears. Still ain't nothing changed. We may not be in the physical slavery without no education, but we all run around claiming we got education. Like education really matters. Education doesn't matter about none. This is a moral principle, a natural order of how nature is supposed to function. This is nature is nature reacting to the unnatural things that's being brought into our existence. Nature is going to war with them. And whether we want to admit it or not, or work together or not, guess what? Nature is going to force us. The Most High going to force us to work with each other like he's doing right now. Separating us from all these religious gang banging and all these ideologies gang banging. I'm not saying that this is the idea, but we got a lot of people that set out and made successful benefits for our people. And we need to take all the successful points from each one of these individuals of our black people, despite their differences. They all wanted freedom and justice and equality for us despite how they came. That's how we got to look at it. We got to stop trying to say, oh, his wasn't right. I know I say stuff about Martin Luther King earlier movements and something, but I don't agree with everybody, just like everybody ain't going to agree with me. But the fact is we can agree on this. We can agree that our kids is lacking education necessary for them to get out in the world and build for themselves. We can agree that the system is a racial system that's doing racial profiling and targeting our men and our children, let alone our women too, and killing them on the street, finding every excuse because they're too cowards to kill us because the killing ain't as much as they want. They want us to go off so they can declare martial law so they can have a freer time to kill us. It's already basically martial law if you look at it because none of these officers are getting committed. None of these officers not getting convicted. So what that tell you? That tell you that martial law is in effect. He can kill you and get away with it when it come to court. He just got to go through the Joneses until it's over and he get off scot-free. I kind of look at the brother that shot those two officers. I think about, they say, well, they had families too, and such and such. I said, you know what? First of all, if you work for an ignorant and wicked organization such as the United States Police Department, no matter what city you in, and you know that you got all that bad stuff going on from your thing, you're just as wicked as them because silence betrays. That's because you ain't doing it and you know it's there. You're just as wicked as him. So the creator ain't finna allow a person to say, hey, I'm a good person, man. I know they doing this and killing people. I don't agree with that. Or they may have done something that you never seen. Something that they've been doing. Might be messing with whores and forcing them to do things. And so what happened is karma come back around. Two officers, so-called innocent officers, get their head knocked off by one cat that couldn't take it no more. That's just one person. One person. Then they don't get a chance to kill him, so he killed himself. So now they're going back to the street to try to do it. This is what they want us to do. They want us to kill more officers. This is why they're killing us. They're trying to force us to kill them so they can have a purpose and a reason by law on paper to declare martial law on black people. They already have it on us. And if we ain't organized on the way of knowing that it's going to be conflict despite what this situation is, none of this stuff is not finna go untouched without a conflict. So that's what we got to deal with. And that's what you Kool-Aid silly lovers of white folks, Negroes, want. Y'all don't want no conflict. Y'all want claiming peace, but you don't want no conflict with the evildoer who's disrupting your peace. So don't come around here talking about this peace and this, that, because Jesus and none of those so-called prophets did not stand for none of this trash that none of y'all trying to litigate or try to entwine or fancy into your religion to justify your fact and not standing up to the devil that's right in your face that your so-called books tell you about. It tells you your actions of the devil. It tells you what they do. It tells you their whole capabilities and all y'all so-called religions, but y'all can't recognize it. Y'all can't recognize the demon that's in your face. You can't recognize the beast of the planet. You can't recognize it, and you supposed to be from college, and you run around carrying that Bible like everything in that thing is true. You run around with that Bible, carrying that Bible as if that thing is your only form of trying to understand life and nature is way bigger than that book. Is too dang small, ain't nothing but a tip of the iceberg. How can you justify nature with a book that you say God wrote? And the book go against a lot of things in nature. That's a contradictory within itself. You don't enslave no people and then give them a religion and tell them this religion is what you do and then take all the images of what so-called people was doing in those times and make them white. Come on now. That's racism right there. So call me racist. You need to call them people that's in the churches that made them white Jesus pictures or those Caesar Borgias pictures and all these other different pictures what's his name? Apollonius and Tiana and all them brothers. You can keep those pictures. But those is racial images that they placed on you. So you have to reverse those racial images, meaning that, yes, you're going to have to use reverse racism to approach this situation. And that's what it's about. They try to always run y'all away from not saying reverse racism. It's going to always come out my mouth. Because I can't fight racism without reversing the racism that was placed on me or placed on our people. How can you learn your history when they already racially polluted your history with they people? So you have to correct it. We're in a time of correcting the stories, correcting the history, getting rid of the beast or the beast submitting to the original gods they've been hiding from the world and making the world hate. Asians hate us. Everybody hate us. Own native African brothers out there hating us. Not hate us because we black. They hating us because the mentality the Europeans taught us. So they don't want us bringing that negative old messed up mentality there, even though that they've been manipulated and colonized by the Europeans too. Running around calling themselves Christians and all that stuff. But that's just a tip of the iceberg. Let's get away from black folks that want to undermine movement. Let's get away from black folks that ain't dealt with no hardship in life because they'll never understand the righteous aggressive approach towards what we need unapologetically. We need to get away from those black folks that want to be citadels or be around white folks to be the riffraff of white folks and hang with them and say, that's a good black African American there. He's a good one. But what he's really saying, you's a good, well-behaved slave in this modern day time. Well, my brothers and sisters, I know it's getting a little lengthy, so I'm going to just end this. Come to a part 2 of this. It's just some thoughts come out my head. This is how the brother recorded. So I hope your brothers and sisters can find some kind of insight or some kind of enlightenment from how I'm coming at you. I'm not trying to come at you with all this book tech knowledge and stuff that a lot of you is not even educated to even comprehend. So a lot of you don't read. So I got to come to the understanding that I got to talk to them like how they living in the community, because that's the only way I'm going to be able to get to them, because there's more of us that's uneducated in the community lost than it is cats that's going to college. So the ones that's going to college, they should have known this already. So they have to get it from another backdrop. Skip all the yin-yang. I'm talking to my poor people. I don't care about the mother. We poor people got more money than the rich people put together, because we the one mostly circulate this damn near $1 trillion a year through America. Picture that. But my brothers and sisters, I leave you brothers and sisters with peace. Assalamu alaikum to some of my brothers and sisters. Hotep to others. You know what I'm saying? Ashe. To some of my other Catholics, Christian brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? Praise be to you too, to come to some understanding. And to my brothers and sisters lost in the street and don't know which way to go, what's up with it?